The View, y'all. Welcome to The View. I tell you, there's a lot of folks in our audience with red hats are in the audience. There's a whole bunch of canoers from Hawaii in our audience. It's an amazing thing. So we say welcome to everybody. You know, we're also sending all of our thoughts and prayers to Charleston, South Carolina right now in the wake of this insane church shooting where 9 people lost their lives. And reportedly, police have identified the suspect as 21-year-old Dylan Roof. There's, you know, not anything else to report right now, but as we hear it, we'll let you know. And also, Senator and presidential candidate Lindsey Graham will join us in Hot Topics to talk about this because this is his state. So we got everything going on. We also have the fabulous Elizabeth Fargas with us from... And as you can see, she's in the co-host seat. And you and Nicole, we hear that you have a connection. Tell.
Well,
actually, the Sarah Palin campaign as well.
Oh, yes. Well, I was going to start with my favorite president, George W. Bush, who did an interview with you, and
at the White House.
It might come as a surprise, but it wasn't always a great thing to walk in and tell the president, I have a great idea, why don't you sit down with a network anchor? So I talked him into doing an interview with Elizabeth, and when the day came and she did the interview, he enjoyed her so much that after the interview, and it went very long, but you were anchoring...
Like double the amount of time we were allotted.
And then she was anchoring the 6:30 newscast, so she had a hard deadline, but...
A live broadcast at 6:30 on the lawn.
He had free time and wanted to spend it with Elizabeth. So she came back to the Oval Office, and they're talking, and I can sort of see her, you know, you don't want to look at your watch when you're talking to the president, but I can sort of see her, you know, starting to get stressed about time. So we let it go on a little longer than probably you would have let, we finally had to cut him off. And
you know, he was, whatever you think of his politics, he was a very charming man. Yes. I enjoyed him very, very much. And, you know,
he's still with us.
Thank you, because you have to be able to in this country where we should be arguing, you know, vigorously about politics, because we shouldn't all be on one page, but you should also be able to separate personality and personal attacks. And you can like somebody personally and perhaps not agree with them politically, and I genuinely really like
Well, and we thought it was a secret, but you told a funny story this morning about part of the transcript from the Rose Garden.
Yes, we were out in the Rose Garden, and he said, he was showing it to me. I said, wow, it really smells good out here. And back in New York, when we're doing this, we're mic'd, and people at News Division is listening to it and transcribing the interview.
News
because they have to give it out and, you know, get it for the news broadcast and the news broadcast. And I said, wow, it smells so good out here. And he said, oh no, Elizabeth, it's you who smells so good. And feel like Jeffrey Schneider, our Vice President of Communications, sent out a News Division-wide email. POTUS thinks EV smells good. POTUS being President of the United States. That's the acronym that we use. But at any rate, he was...
Sounds like he had a little crush on you, Elizabeth.
You know what? You know, it was just being nice. I think we both enjoyed the...
You're
fabulous, and I was honored.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's like getting nominated for something. Yeah, I'm honored to be nominated. No, you really want to win. Okay. You know, speaking of Bush, President Bush's brother, Jeb, wants to follow his brother's footsteps into the White House, and he's not wasting any time sort of, you know, trash-talking the track record of his biggest opponent, Hillary Clinton. At least that's who we think he's talking about. Take a look.
She has her name on three laws in 8 years. And as Secretary of State, in all honesty, the things she's known for, the reset, the pulling back of our commitments, Libya, put aside Benghazi, Libya in general, it turns out that it was a complete failure. All of these things haven't worked out. I honestly don't know what her...
That really just kind of...
bangs your...
Bangs... Yes, it does. And I was surprised I told this to you, because I like Jeb, especially with his little whoo at the end of his speech. But you know, Hillary Clinton has done a lot, especially for women. You know, she unveiled the Global Hunger and Food Security Program. She prevailed over Biden to send an additional 21 troops to Afghanistan. She saved the signing of Turkish-Armenian Accord. She played an important role in getting international support on Iran section. She created, it goes on and on and on. And she was instrumental in women across the world of really ending violence against women. women worldwide, and you know, and it was just really out of character. I don't know Jeb, but what I've been seeing of him, it seemed way out of character.
And you know, I think this is where people get turned off of politics, right? Because this, to me, this is what the whole campaign is going to be about, contrasting. And Republicans like to nominate governors. Jeb is a governor. This is one of the big differences between being a chief executive of a state where you run a national government, you know, and serving in the executive branch of government where the accomplishments are more amorphous. So, and we talk about your generation being turned off of politics. This is about the point where young people start to say, it's a little nasty.
But at the same time, it's kind of where, are you expecting everything to go well? This is a government you have to run. Everything's not going to go through, and it's not fair to just look at just the negative things. He should have, like, said other accomplishments.
He should not have. This is
no,
what
as an opponent, and you're going to make us feel good. Yeah, but at the same time, you have to show that you're human. I'm only going to vote for the person that I'm like, okay, well, you're not going to trash talk everyone that comes into the room. Show some respect and dignity for yourself.
There's no trash talk or more. I mean, President Obama is a really tough campaigner, and that's how he won twice. So this is the nature of politics.
This is what I say. This is what I would say to you, Jeb. You have other issues to worry about right now. You need to get up there when they do all of those candidates, and you need to explain for the debate. You need to get up in Trump's face. Yeah. Okay? You need to get up in Donald Trump's face because your fabulous wife is a Mexican woman. And that man, Trump...
Can you believe those comments?
Yes, I believe those comments. But do you believe this? Oh, no. I'll tell you in a minute. Another candidate who already threw his hat in the ring is already under fire. There's a photo posted on Instagram. Oh, we're talking about the same person, Donald. They posted photos on Instagram that supposedly show actors who were paid by Donald Trump to cheer him on. Now, Trump's camp says this is not so, but... You know, is this more shocking than his verbiage?
And we're talking about when he had this big announcement.
Yeah,
there was a crowd of people cheering. The allegation being that there wasn't really a crowd of people cheering, that you hired a bunch of actors to cheer for you.
Apparently.
But, and Nicole, I'm sure you know this very well, and I know it from being on the campaign trail, a lot of it is stagecraft. On both sides.
Yes, but the entertainment industry.
Yes, it's entertainment.
Yeah, but politics, it's a different thing when they are paid. It's different when you coax them in and you invite them in and you hand them a flag and say, wear the T-shirt or wear the T-shirt or a sign.
They probably
but each of them got paid allegedly $50 to there. And this was off by this guy named this anti-Trump activist, Angelo Carusani. Whatever. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. I do. Don't be insulted. Yeah, thank you. And he is the vice president of Media Matters, and he's the one that really ticked the story off.
You know, but you both raise an interesting point because all of you, there's a fine line, right? So there is a lot of stagecraft that goes in there. Harry's announcement on Roosevelt Island. I mean, Jeb's announcement in the middle of a crowded,
a lot of work is put into how does it look, and what's the shot gonna be.
Right, and you consume it as a journalist, but the line is usually drawn right before writing them a check and paying them. So this, you know, I hope that the political press gets to the bottom of it, because that is a line that I'm not aware of.
He's denying it.
He's denying it.
I mean, he's denying it. You know, please, Donald.
Well, if you pay them, they'll be pasted. You know, somebody might.
No, not if you pay them in cash. Not that I know anything about that.
What is the regular rate, though, for an extra?
He's way below what it is.
It's not union work.
It's so crazy because, you know, Donald Trump, you know, I do have to say, I like the man. I like the man, but what he said the other day, what he said about Mexicans and what he said about the Chinese, it just blows my mind. Trump, what are you doing?
Well, how about this? Because during that announcement, he had all those harsh words we're talking about China, Mexico, and other Latin American countries. And the world leaders have actually responded to these comments. Now, some are saying if these leaders think he's worth responding to, does this mean he's being taken seriously? I kind of think that media makes him much bigger than he actually is.
Oh, but you are no worker.
But that's media. That is media. That the entertainment, the media, the news, because he makes news, says provocative stuff. We're talking about it, so people think he's a big deal. But the truth of the matter is, time will tell, honey. We'll see where you stand. I can't wait for Jeb to see your ass. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Now, That's a tact. What compelled this guy to ink this tribute to Rosie? Find out next. You enter your mud.
Welcome back. A French government minister sparked outrage for claiming that the world is being destroyed by Nutella. She said they use palm oil environment, but then she had to apologize when she discovered that they only use 100% sustainable, environmentally friendly palm oil. Okay? And this bugs you.
Oh my God! You know, I know there's a lot going on in politics, but nothing got my blood boiling like this Nutella story. I made my son a Nutella crepe this morning, and I have a little bit of mom guilt for giving him this stuff. But
I
love the French, but back off my Nutella.
That's right.
But do you know what I do like about it? There was an uproar that something was going wrong with their
Nutella
food.
won.
Nutella won, but they changed it.
But they didn't do that. This is why people have to. This had already been done. This had already been fixed, and she was fetching about something she should have known. If she's the minister, she should have known.
Can I tell you how much I love Nutella? Can I tell you how much I love Nutella?
Yes.
Can you guys post my picture of Nutella, please? No? Okay. That's what I drew because I was having a problem. There was no Nutella in my house.
Well, you know why I'm this wonderful color? Because I bathe in Nutella. You know? It takes a little while to get it off, but I do get in there. You know,
You're a little sticky.
I'm a little sticky. It's fine. You know, but that's why I invite friends over. That's a whole other story. You know, the Treasury has officially announced that they will celebrate the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, gave women the right to vote by featuring a woman finally on the $10 bill. And the best part of this is they are letting you, all of us, America, decide who to put on that bill.
On Instagram and everything because people were mad that I said that I wouldn't personally vote for Harriet Tubman. I want to come back and say there's Sarah Beaton Walker or Breedon Walker or Madam C.J. Walker. Millionaire women, African Americans, coming from a time, and I think that would be genius as well. Let's show wealth and sustainability and the fact that we rise and continue to rise. And I understand the choices, but I wish they would put these in there as well.
But you have your right to your opinion.
Yes.
And that was your opinion.
You got one,
But
Yes, I understand that. But I wanted Harriet Tubman because I think without Harriet Tubman, it would have been a harder struggle for millionaires to come about.
Well, both Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks are among the women who were allowed to vote for. And the only rule, I guess, is that you have to be dead to be on a bill.
On any money.
Yes, but also Eleanor Roosevelt is a favorite of mine as well.
Right.
You know, mine as well.
Right.
You know, so
I don't know, why did we take the men off all the money and put women on all the money? Like why? Seriously, why do we get $1 bill and they get the rest? Like I think it's been however many years we've had currency. Like I love all the men.
We should do another
They've made great faces on money, but I think we should take them all off of all the money and put all these women on. Like the fact that we're even picking one.
You can't take George Washington off the dollar bill.
Right. Leave George.
Leave Benjamin alone. I like that.
Give them 2, but give us the rest.
Well, how about this? Quit making us coins. I want to be some hard money so you could hear us when they do that. You know that? Because they never, you make us a $2 coin. Who's using a $2 coin? Who's using $2 coin? Nobody. Put us on some real damn money. You know? So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to come as a surprise, but Rosie, I don't know if you know this. There was something on TV last night about how much of an influence you had on last weekend's Puerto Rican. I don't know if you know about that. Take a look at the clip, baby.
Oh, there was something about getting that Puerto Rican charm that seemed to open me up to the charms of Puerto Rico.
It seems like you really got into things and embraced your culture, right?
Maybe a little too much, Larry.
Oh, I get it, right? All that day drinking, right? You probably woke up sunburned. And
No, Larry, this.
Oh, my God. Is that...
Rosie Perez, Larry.
Wow, man, you really did embrace your Puerto Rican side.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. But I have to say, that's a much better depiction of the parade than what the New York Daily News did.
Oh, that's right. They showed a shot from the behind of two women who appeared to be fully nude, I think, with something.
Well, they had a G-string. But with all the families that go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the police association, the cultural aspect of it, that's all you gave us? Really, Daily News?
They do that to a lot of those prayers.
Yeah.
Even the
No, they don't. They don't show naked people for the Irish.
Well, because there's a reason. Nothing bad with the Irish girls, but the Puerto Rican booties looked a little bit. We'll be right back.
As breaking news unfolds right now, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham talks exclusively in Hot Topics. Next.
Tragedy is still unfolding in South Carolina. 9 people killed in a church shooting in Charleston. The prime suspect, 21-year-old Dylan Roof, still at large and no motive. Right now, we're joined in Hot Topics by South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Welcome. I'm so sorry. First of all, you're the senator from South Carolina. Where were you when you first heard about this?
I was here. I left last night to come here, and about 9 o'clock we got an alert, and all night people have been calling. President Obama's just calling here in a second to offer his condolences. The FBI has really been helpful. I caught the guy.
Really?
Yeah.
The suspect the 21-year-old suspect.
I don't know, but I'll let somebody else confirm that.
Yeah.
I heard that he may have been caught in North Carolina.
Good photos of him, a description of the car.
Well, my niece went to school with him.
Are you kidding? No.
My sister, I don't email, but I get texts, and we'll talk about it on the next show. But she said that my niece, Emily, went to school with him in the 8th grade. Wow. And went to the same high school. I don't know if he finished high school, but strange, disturbed young man.
Have you heard anything more about the suspect? We know he has 2 arrests, one for drugs, one for trespassing.
So Darlene said that Emily said that in school he was just a quiet, strange kid.
Yeah.
Seems like one of these Newtown type guys.
Yeah, we were talking before about what we all sort of feel emotionally when news like this happens.
Terrible.
And your thoughts, you said, went straight to maybe a scenario like, we don't have all the facts. This is an alleged suspect. He hasn't.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But I think one thing it's not. Let's talk about what it's not. It's not a wind into the soul of South Carolina.
No.
It's not who we are. It's not who our country is. It's about this guy. And this guy's got tons of problems. And to kill people in a church after sitting there with them for an hour, tells you how whacked out this kid is.
And leaving somebody alive so they can tell the story.
So let's tell him a story.
Yes, and this congregation, inside the church was established in 1816.
Well, the pastor's a good buddy. He was in the state senate and one of the nicest guys in all of politics. And I can't explain this. I don't know what would make a young man at 21 get so sick and twisted to kill 9 people. And this is beyond my understanding.
Do you think that it's a hate crime? Do you feel like it's a hate crime, or do you think it's more mentally disturbed?
Probably both. One probably precludes the other. There are real people out there who are organized to kill people in religion and based on race. This guy's just whacked out. But it's 2015. There are people out there looking for Christians to kill them. So this is a mean time we live in.
I know we're going to talk about your presidential campaign next time, but your campaign is very much about security, national security, and keeping us safe at home. Can you talk maybe what you think the state of race relations and violence, and I mean your state's in a moment of really acute crisis. What is happening in the country at large right now?
Well, the first time I ever went to school with an African American child, I was in 6th or 7th grade. I grew up in a bar in Carolina. It was segregated. We were in a liquor store, a restaurant, bar, and a pool room. And in the 70s, things changed. So compare that to now. But the one thing I would say, I've never been stopped in a neighborhood because I was Eric Holder and the President of the United States say that when they were teenagers, that they were stopped for maybe being in the wrong place. So I can't relate to that. All I can say is if it happened to me, I wouldn't like it.
I think that's great.
What can we do? In your opinion, what can we do as a country to move forward from this heinous crime?
Whitmore, I think Baltimore is where we all should be focusing on. Here's what I think. If you have bad schools and no jobs, it doesn't matter the race or the background, you're going to get a bad outcome. I don't know how, no matter who you are. So I think every day, what can you do to make Baltimore a better place? You got to have a school that will give you the qualities that you need to get a job. And if there's no job in the local community, what would you do? If you can't go to a good school and there's no place to go to work, you'll do exactly what they're doing in Baltimore.
I feel like there are a lot of problems because they feel like race relations have not changed since the civil rights movement.
Oh,
There's a lot of people who feel that.
I can tell you. I can tell you that is true. We wouldn't be sitting here if not.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of people still mad.
But the bottom line, here's the bottom. I mean, I have a bunch of older black women back here and older black women around. You can say, I can tell you, from the time I was a little kid.
When did you go to an integrated school?
I can school here.
Okay, well, see, the South.
But poor, poor was that.
Where are they from?
Where are you from, y'all?
Okay.
When was the first time you went to an integrated school?
High school.
Yeah.
My mom was the first one to go into her white school. She was the first child to be integrated into her school, and she still has problems because she feels like there's issues.
The point just is, things have gotten better. They're not perfect, but they're not perfect with anybody. You know? And these cases, you have to take each of these individual folks case by case. You can't judge a whole group by what this man has done. You can't judge anything. But we are going to judge you. I'm going to send it home for you. I swear to God.
We have to say that you're going to keep us posted on this, but ABC News has not confirmed yet that they have caught the suspects. I know we've been talking about
maybe
it,
that's not
but you've always got, well, no, you've got breaking information.
We have to protect our butts. Because we don't want to say stuff that isn't true that we don't know for sure.
So,
So we're protecting him as well. Thank you, Senator.
You're going to come back.
Next time. Okay? And we'll come back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Yes.
It's the summer of George all over. Jason Alexander talks about stepping back in Larry David's shoes to take the spotlight and fish in the dark. Next.
Disney Pixar's Inside Out, rated PG.
They love you.
Thanks. Hi, Mommy. This is the only way I say my 95-year-old mother. Hi, Mommy.
Oh, God. All right, let's talk about Broadway.
Okay.
This is your first time in 25 years.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
The last time you were on Broadway, 25 years ago, and people, he is a Tony winner.
Yes.
A Tony winner.
Seven-time Emmy nominee / loser, but a Tony winner.
Yes. And you started as a song and dance man even as a kid.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I got serious about this, and so many people tell almost this exact same story. But I was 12 years old when I saw Ben Vereen do Pippin on Broadway, and I went, I want to be him. I want to be him, which I thought was very doable, frankly.
Yes. You wanted to pass as a black man.
Exactly.
I understand that.
I had a local chapter of the NAAC.
Love it.
Because I identified. But yeah, Ben was kind of my inspiration, and I started studying. Immensely fat kid in New Jersey, taking tap classes and leotards and tap shoes. It was not pretty, but song and dance. And then I was lucky enough. When I was 20, I started doing Broadway musicals, and then.
Can we have a Flashback Thursday video clip just to show song and dance?
This is ugly.
Just a little clip.
Oh, my God.
I'm talking quarter pound of beef on the hot side.
And the hot stays hot.
The new DLT.
Hot.
Crisp lettuce and tomato on the cool side.
And the cool stays cool.
The new DLT.
Cool crisp is a good time. Hot baby McD.
For the great taste.
Cool crisp LT.
Of McDonald's. Could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
New McD.
Like a movie clip that long. That was the longest video clip I've ever seen on the
It ends with the best tasting lettuce and tomato ham. It is the only McDonald's product that went right into the tank. Even the McRib came back. I got the one loser. But
Very funny.
yeah.
I was a giant Seinfeld fan, and you are so iconic. George Costanza. I mean, every summer a man makes a shrinkage joke. Every time on a camera losing, we talk about, well, let's just do the opposite, like in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I mean, is it weird you get sick of being asked by groupies like me about that show and that
during the show, people yell out, George, George.
I won't do that because I won't embarrass. You know, I waved at her on opening night, so I won't do that. But I would want to do that. I'm so obsessed.
I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you for not saying "can't stand you." That's the one I get all the time. You know, it's very interesting. We had no idea when we were doing it that it was going to become. And I get asked all the time, "Are you sick of it? Are you sick of it?" And the truth is, you know, nobody loves to be just identified for something 20 years ago. But for an actor,
I feel your pain.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, Miss Seeley, thank you.
You all understand this, but it has had an impact in people's lives that goes beyond a television show.
For sure.
Going through illnesses, people who have lost family members write to us and say, "This got us through."
Yeah.
You know, acting is a very selfish profession, and when you get a gift in reciprocity like that,
Very nice.
you can't.
Reciprocity, y'all. Rest, y'all. Reciprocity.
I had 3 years of college.
That's right.
So. I had to spit it out, but I got it there.
You got it there. I love it.
You got anything?
Let's talk about the play.
Yes.
Fish in the Dark. Can you tell us what it's about? Because Rosie doesn't like to tell it. And don't tell her part because...
It's about a little girl from Puerto Rico. No, it's, in a nutshell, it's about this very dysfunctional family, who the patriarch of which, who's not me, is sick and dies, and it's the aftermath of how this family kind of comes apart in the wake of the father's death. Is the best way to say it, which doesn't sound actually
Very funny. And now, when Larry came to the show, did he give you any tips?
Because you you take over for. You've been doing this with Larry David, but you're now taking his place. You guys made a funny joke at the Tonys, and you're not the replacer. You're the stander-inner. Or what was the,
I'm taking over. You're not taking over. You're filling in.
You're the filler-inner.
Filler-inner.
Yeah.
No, Larry told me very little. He showed me how to work the toilet in his dressing room, which by the way,
it's a big deal.
It's a thing.
It's a big deal.
It's not a oneer. It's
hold down.
You have to negotiate with it.
Shake and move.
It's a shake.
I know the theater.
To come back in 5 minutes. It's a relationship with this thing. Yeah.
I understand that.
So I
so
thank
he's
him
full
for
of
that.
good career advice.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff. He's toilets. Doctors. He's very good. That kind of guy. But no, what he did do, which is great, is he wrote an amazing play and an unbelievable character who is not quite Larry. It's not quite George. It's in that turf, but it's a new, interesting, fun guy to play.
Come see it again just to see you guys together.
Yeah, together.
Yes, we're very good together, and I love you. He is so funny in this play. I love him dearly. Our thanks to Jason Alexander. Be sure to catch both me and Jason in Fish in the Dark at the Court Theater on Broadway. He kills it nightly. I love you.
Prime time is about to kick off season 3, and Mistresses is wasting no time getting down to business. Take a look.
I love you. And if you want to be with me, I am 100% all in, okay? We're going to figure out all this mess together. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't, I need to know, okay? You have to make a decision.
Please welcome Jess Michaela and Brett Tucker.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The engagement ring.
Oh, man.
Tell us what happened.
What engagement ring? There's an engagement ring?
I'm not engaged. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, that cliffhanger was obviously from last season, and you play Alyssa Milano's feisty sister. Yeah. And you left your fiancé to go to the altar. Who plays your brother-in-law? I'm sorry, I'm so like...
I left him at the altar.
What's going on? Why'd you do that?
Because...
What do you mean?
It was love.
What's going on? What can we expect coming back into the new season?
It's tonight. It's tonight. It's happening. It's all happening. And we pick up right where we left off at that really intense moment. That's really hard. And you're like, what is happening? Oh my gosh!
And I forgot we were on TV. I was ready to sort of slump back and like watch the rest of it.
I'm hooked. Yeah.
You've actually played brother and sister-in-law in the show.
Correct.
But I actually read someplace that you were sort of hoping that there would be a spark of a romance between your two characters,
Well,
the one that we clearly see is developing.
It was more as they started to develop that storyline. I thought in particular, you know, it's such a rare thing that you get to have a slow burn on TV, and because of the situation, sister-in-law, there was no straight away. So I just thought, why not? You know, why play it safe? You know, and it's such a nice, organic, slow burn that I was hoping it would go down that path.
I always like the slow burns anyway.
Yeah.
It started to
get the audience sucked in. But your character has a lot of lust, not just for men, but right for women. I like you said that, lust. Well, I was thinking about your L word, love, and I wasn't sure that was the right word. But tell us more about her. I think she's got a lot of love. Season 1 was fun for Joss. Season 2, you know, she's growing, but she's got a big old heart, you know, a big old heart of love, and the lust, I think, has washed away now, and it's just become, you know, the Harry and Joss storyline has become this love story that can't be, which is what the show's all about, like really complicated, you can't help who you love situations, you know, so...
So you skinned too, Brett. I actually came across a photo of you on the internet.
Oh my goodness! Where did you find that?
Can I just say,
Don't look, it'll burn your eyes.
Hey, go sit down.
Your knee is just strategically located there.
Strategically in the way.
I wouldn't recommend getting in a rusty bathtub. It won't actually get you clean at all. Yeah, I don't know what can you say? Silly young man.
Don't say anything, you know? I think it's sort of, wow. Yeah.
You got her. She's very happy right now.
We always hear actors talk about these sex scenes. Are they, I mean, and how uncomfortable they can be and how they are and how unsexy they are.
Particularly in the sand. I mean, it looks, it's in reality very different to what goes on.
Oh, and yeah. At one point, this sand is really bad. At one point, we were just trying to be romantic and something and make it, and the sand just went a full bucket load in my mouth. And we're still going, and I'm like, like coughing in the sand. And he's just like, wait, do we keep going?
You're going to trust sand.
Well, we're going to have to watch this next season with our goggles on because I feel like there's going to be some amazing things. Our thanks to Jess McCallan and Brett Tucker. The 2-hour season premiere of Mistresses airs tonight at 9 p.m. right here on ABC. We'll be right back. Thank you.
I want to make you aware that ABC is now reporting that that suspect in South Carolina church shooting has in fact been arrested. You can stay tuned to ABC for all the updates. Elizabeth will be back tomorrow. We want to thank you for hanging with us because you make us better. We want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy whatever view you happen upon. And we'll be watching y'all.